Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to review the further adventures of Elsa and Anna in Frozen 2. Channel, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos every single day. You can also find me over Twitter and Instagram at MovieGuy365, as well as over at the Disney Magic Hour podcast. I will leave a link for that in the description. All right, Frozen 2 is here. Walt Disney Animation has put out a sequel to the original. I was a big fan of the original. I really liked it. I love the music. I love just the overall story was really good. And you know, you kind of get a little weary when they announce sequels, especially to animated films, because well, I feel that Disney currently, as a creative force, is really firing on all cylinders, especially, you know, Pixar, the animation side. You know, it still can go wrong to a degree. Well, I don't feel like, see, I really enjoyed, let's say, Wreck-It Ralph, but I feel Ralph Breaks the Internet was just a little step below. So obviously a little bit concerned. It's just a sequel thing. I don't know. It's just, you know, you don't really know until you actually see the movie. But that being said, I'm really going to avoid spoilers in this. Might be a little vague on a few points. But I think overall, this isn't really a spoiler-heavy kind of film. There are some maybe plot elements, but nothing was like, oh my god, this is like amazing kind of revelation. But just for, like, I don't want to ruin it for anybody, so I will be vague in as much as possible. So, how does Frozen 2 shape up comparatively to the original? I dig it. I really dug this one. One of my complaints about a sequel to any franchise is, for one thing, don't reset your characters. You know, that's kind of an annoying trope. I recently, going back to Disney, The Incredibles 2, I felt did that too like 5 seconds after the original film, everybody's back to like square one, and it just, I don't like that from a storytelling perspective. And it kind of, I would say, not really dances towards that line a little bit by retreading or resetting our characters. Just a couple emotional beats feel like they did not really learn much from the first movie, but it wasn't enough to pull me out. It was, I think, appropriate amounts. It was just more of a show of growth than anything at all, growth from our characters. But overall, and one of the things I loved about this was the overall mythology of the world we live in. It was really cool. It was a rich story. I enjoyed it quite a bit. There were a couple things they didn't really answer at the end of the movie, and that's okay. You know, but there was one portion, this is very spoilery, so I won't say, but the resolution kind of just, they didn't really answer it. But it's, once again, it's not something that's really going to bug you or anything, and if they make a third film, that they could probably answer that question. But I kind of dug the overall, like, storyline. I felt it was good. I felt there was a good amount of growth from our characters. Olaf, I feel in this one, was a tad bit more annoying. In the one, he's cute and endearing and all that, but then Olaf going somewhat existential can be, you know, can be a little thing. But it's still fun. I feel like all the characters did their job really nicely. There was a good overall story arc, and but let me touch on the music a little bit. And my wife was saying the same thing to me. Felt like the movie was definitely darker than the first one. It had that tone to it, and it also felt like it was made for fans that saw the original when it first came out. They even kind of make us point of pointing that out at the beginning of the movie, like everybody's older. So I think they were really going for the original fans of Frozen and not really trying to make new fans, if that makes any sense. They weren't really going for we're trying to capture everybody, but it's like they're assuming you saw the first one. They're assuming you saw the first one when it first was released, and they want you to kind of feel a bit of progression, like they're growing with you and you're growing with them. And I kind of like that. I like that they didn't necessarily hit the reset button and cater to brand new Frozen fans. I think this was definitely a good move. It was something a little bit different, and I enjoyed that aspect quite a bit. I pretty much liked everything. I think the animation was stunning, looked beautiful, and no complaints there. But going back to the music a second, so the music, it definitely felt darker, and I don't feel there were many earworms here. I mean, obviously Let It Go was the breakout, but there were several others in the first movie that kind of had like to listen multiple times. This one, maybe one or two songs I feel were really strong, but none of them were bad. They're not a spoiler, but there's a great 80s Christoph song. You'll know it when you hear it. It had people in my audience of my age that were kind of laughing at it, and it was a good laugh. Like they were laughing with it, not at it. But it was cute. But overall, it's an enjoyable film. I love the mythology. It's one of the things I felt that Brave, done by Pixar, kind of missed the boat on. Like they set up this great world, but then it's just, they didn't really flesh it out more. And I feel they definitely did that here in Frozen 2. I dug it. It was cool. It was a lot of fun. So that's pretty much going to be my review for the experience. I'm going to go ahead and give that one a B+. And just real quickly, I did see this in 4DX. And I feel that overall as a 4DX presentation, it was a little bit on the weak side. I think they missed a lot of opportunities. A lot of the effects that were going were good storm, lightning effects, but also just mostly wind. But they really didn't utilize water or even snow. I think there was one scene with snow, and we didn't even really, it was like relegated to the front of the theater. But there was a little bit of water, but it wasn't anything particularly memorable. So I think I'm going to go check this out in 3D next week, because when I was watching it in 2D, I saw a lot of possibility there with the 2D, or with the 3D. So I'm definitely going to check that out again. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of Frozen 2. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. I put out videos every single day. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.